Today at Manchester Theatres, I am having a whale of a time because I am here at the Empty Space, a brilliant black box venue near Media City in Salford that hosts just about everything from musicals, comedies, plays, workshops, rehearsal spaces, you name it, they can fix you up. I am here with the CEOs JO Fisher and Sue Hibbert, who are going to tell us all about how Empty Space came to fruition. But first of all, I have to say, I've started the day with like the best breakfast ever in your Eats Cafe. I mean, it's turned into a real community hub here, hasn't it?
Yes, definitely. I mean, if you're going to sell food, it's got to be nice. So that's why we've kind of had to really hardly persuade you to eat something there.
It was lovely. And so the Empty Space, this has been a massive passion project, hasn't it? Self-funded, near Media City. So tell us how it all came about.
Because I'd hit menopause and couldn't think straight. I didn't know that I was in perimenopause, and so soon went, oh, look at this, what can we do here?
We desperately needed rehearsal space, didn't we,
it.
and performance space, because we were just sick of having to hire extortionate rates and just not
having
suitable
the keys
venues,
rattling and people not sort of understanding, because what we like to think with our venue is we understand the performers, and of course if someone's using it from a set time to a set time but they're in the middle of a scene, it's like, okay, that's fine. And we're a bit more flexible, but that's what wasn't happening with us. So we'd grown out of our little office. I was just hiring spaces all the time, not being able to let the creative juices flow, shall we say. And but definitely we're perimenopausal when we got the keys to the industrial unit, which was a huge tin can. And for those of you who've never had to heat a giant tin can, it's cold. It's colder than a yacht tent. It's massive. And you don't think of these things until you sign the lease and then go, oh,
that's going to cost us a fortune.
So we got it in end of 2016 at the Christmas, a little Christmas present to ourselves, and thought, oh. And then we started grafting in 2017 and made it work somehow.
Yeah, and it's been a labour of love. Every time we've sort of managed to get any money into the pot, we've then spent it on something else to do with the theatre. So more black curtains, or more lights, or better sound system, more chairs, anything that basically, or better toilets, anything that improves the experience for our audience and the performers that are on here.
Removing the scaffolding staircase that my brother very kindly loaned us, and replaced it with a wooden one. But yeah, it's really important to say as well, this is why we've kind of been reaching out in the last few weeks for people to get to know us, because we didn't really want to say it's a theatre when everything else wasn't quite where we needed it and wanted it to be. Really, that meant so much to us. Like, for example, the toilets being beautiful, which they are. But yeah, it's just literally like getting your own house and building it from scratch, but on a massive scale.
And just when you do one room and you think, oh, that's really nice, and then you look at the rest of it and think, oh, well, we need to do everything else to make it match and to improve it all. So yeah, it's been, like I say, a labour of love. But
and then 8 years in, you go, oh, that room needs redecorating upstairs again now. It's been 8 years. So yeah, it's been a labour of love. It's built with passion, love, and a lot of money. Yeah.
And sparkles and jazz hands as well.
Of course. Yeah, couldn't do it without those.
And the people who've used it, really, it's been great. Yeah. So we're on an industrial estate in the middle of Kansas Avenue, just off Langworthy Road, real heart Salford, 5 minutes to the precinct, 5 minutes to Media City. And it has been a lot of help from people on the estate.
Brilliant.
Yeah, the other companies that work here who've come in and give us a lift or let us use their toilets when we didn't have any. It has been a real community feel, and quite by accident we've had several members of the community and companies use it just by accident. It's become this real diverse hub.
Well, I felt that when I came in today, because I was going to say to you, so what does a day in the life of a CEO look like? But today, I mean, it's been all hands to the pump, but there has been that community feel, hasn't there? So what does a typical day, or does that really not exist for you?
Well, it depends on what sort of CEO you're talking about, really. The title, American CEO has a different title. We are, every day is completely different. It's
And we're
brand
very
new.
hands-on, as you've seen today.
We're very hands-on. So we came into our other little office building over there to do another job, which was admin, and then found ourselves, I ended up in the kitchen and helping the chef. She was not delighted about that in the slightest bit. But I have got my specific jobs. I can do certain sandwiches.
I can vouch for your cheese on toast.
Yay! And wrapping and packing I was allowed to do. I'm allowed to do the side salad. And Susan...
I had the very extensive shopping list to go and buy everything to get it running for the rest of the... Well, not even the rest of the week, probably only about 2-3 days, but at least we've got some stocks in there now.
Because one of our chefs hadn't come in this morning, a bit of confusion. So it all happens in a day. But, many a time we can be... Well, for instance, yesterday morning, Sue was doing all the tech for the church.
Yeah, we have a regular church hire on a Sunday morning. So they're pretty self-sufficient, and they've been with us for over a year now. But they just require somebody to come in and open up and make sure that all the tech, all the sound and lights are switched on for them, and everything's running smoothly for them. They've got all the mics that they need and everything like that. And that's a really nice atmosphere on a Sunday. It's a very feel-good.
It's great.
Church. It's
And they've grown as well, haven't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, since they've been here.
And then last week I had the hammer out there, dismantling set and making more room for another reception area out there. So, and then I've had the mop bucket out, so there's never a dull day. I mean, I'm more comfortable with that than, which is my usual job, which is sitting behind a computer screen trying to make all the spreadsheets work, as is Sue's. But we do prefer to be hands-on.
So you've mentioned you've got a regular booking with the church. You've had the likes of the Jim Cartwright company working here. I mean, what have been some of the different things that you've hosted here?
Well, the Jim story was really strange. I remember it being, we was in what is now the beautiful kitchen, which was our office, which was not a beautiful kitchen, just like had one table, a sink and a slug of several. And Sue and I in a freezing cold office on old 80s desks. And I remember that teak, that brown teaky one. Actually, I've not got a desk anymore, so I don't know if that's upscaling or not. And then my phone rang, and hello, how are you? Is that JO Fisher? Yeah, hi. Hi, Jim Cartwright, my dear. And I was like, what?
The Jim Cartwright.
And I'd like put it on mute and say, bearing in mind that I was, an actor and a graduate and a teacher, and taught Jim's role to many A-level students, and he was my absolute working class hero. He was everything. All his characters are like, God, that's our street, that's me, that's this. And then he's there ringing me on my mobile. It was a little bit, other people feel the same way about, I don't know, pop stars these days. It was like my Ariana Grande to me. I was like, it's Jim Cartwright on the phone. What could he possibly want with me? He was asking to use a space, and I was really starstruck. And that's how our relationship became. And he was lovely and so down to earth. And then we had acting companies in from Blackpool and Liverpool Theatre School.
Actually doing his work, weren't they?
Wow.
Yeah, but they came in and were like, is that Jim Cartwright? I was like, yeah. Like, the Jim Cartwright sat in the cafe. I was like, yeah, which wasn't a cafe then either. So yeah, it's great. It's great. And we've had lots of other just memorable people that have been here. There's one massive memorable show which was in the Fringe.
The GM Fringe, yes, back in 2000 and I think we worked out, it was 2018, it was in the Fringe. A company called Dapper who have sort of gone quiet now, but I think they are working on other things. And it was a show called Lion Man, and that was just physical theatre, just absolutely amazing. We still talk about it now because it was so clever, so cleverly done, so moving, to the point where I think they did 4 performances, and I probably watched 2 of them out of the 4.
Wow.
It was,
having
watched it, I had to come back and watch again.
To me, for the older ones amongst us, they're very deviate, like a very contemporary deviate, telling story through physical theatre is just insane. But actually there was another guy who did a one-man show, and it was when Alexa, nobody really knew what Alexa was, and they had Alexa there, just him and Alexa on the stage for like an hour and a half. It was fantastic. Alexa was telling him how to run his life, and it was just really good. So we've had quite a lot of really good
new work, really. Yeah,
a lot of new writing, which has been really good. We're going to work on that more, getting new writers in and showcasing the work. We've not really, to be honest, done much of our own stuff because we've been too busy trying to pay the bills and furnish it that everybody knows. So now we kind of, we've got one more little thing we want to do in here. Yeah, she's agreed. And one more little short, small thing that's still a lot of money.
Still quite expensive. Little thing.
So it's not happening yet. But once that's done, then I do feel that it's time to start moving into our own realm and putting our own stuff on. But we still want our regular people to use it, and new people.
Jo's a writer, and Jo's written pieces before that we've performed at other venues, and it would be a real shame not to bring them back and put them on at our own space.
Yeah, the thing is, you see, and I've got a lot of friends in the business, and I've made a new one today, and it's like I was thinking about all my colleagues from Arden and going, why have I not got like an evening with them and an open, and getting, just embracing what it is. Because people say, well, my partner said, what did you build it for? I was like, to work in there? No, but you don't work in there. I was like, no, I'm never in here. In fact, the only time I'm in here is mopping, cleaning toilets, going under the seat and bank, stopping my dogs getting poisoned from all the sweets that I left, and and then somebody pricing up and telling us how much it is going to be again to do something else. So I think the wheels, they're turning now. Things are changing. We are going to be doing a lot more work. But we have some great people here anyway. We've got the Chinese theatre here.
We've seemed to have become a sort of a hub for so many different diverse companies, and particularly performances that aren't taking place, that aren't being performed in English. So we've got Chinese theatre company where the performances are in Cantonese. Potentially we've got Polish and Ukrainian comedians. We had the Iranians in. It's just a real mix. We've had quite a lot of things like Turkish classical music.
We've just had the Spanish flamenco
dancers in. So
LGBTQ plus group in over the weekend. They're in about 3 times a year.
Yeah, we do a lot with we get quite a lot of pole dance shows and student shows and burlesque and that kind of thing. I think because we're a little bit off the beaten track, they feel like it's a really nice, safe space for them. But yeah, we seem to have become a home to lots of different companies.
And it is a safe space. That's the thing. And I know there's other guys doing it. You need to make it a safe space because you need to be able to go. It doesn't matter what I wear. I don't need to speak like that. I don't need to have done that. I can just come in and be entertained. I remember going to a place a long time ago, and I did question the director in hand there, which was the green room. Let's put it out there. There's a little bit elitist and a little bit, if I'm not trendy enough, I'm not wearing the right thing, I don't feel like I can go in there. Great space, pity it's gone, as many others are. But yeah, we are like, just come in, just be you, and grab a coffee and chill, see us, and everything's a little bit laid back.
You're bringing in a whole new generation as well with your young company and everything you do with them. I mean, you've had some cracking shows going on with them, I mean, big ones. Sister Act with Divorce Newses.
They're fantastic. The young company are exceptional. They are. So that company is we invite, because we promote performing arts for everybody. Don't care where you go, who trains you, whatever. The young company is like a lot of different, they train elsewhere, but they all come together to do these shows, which is just phenomenal.
And
because it's just celebrating their performance and moving on.
And you, like you said at the start, you set this up as a need for a space for what you were looking for yourself, because it's really difficult to find somewhere to put a show on that fits what you need, fits the brief, is affordable, works, is the right size.
And you're not getting censored.
And you're not getting censored. And you didn't mention, this is for Footlights, so you run Footlights as well, and but because of that, you've got such an understanding of what everyone else needs that you're getting all of these other performing arts schools coming in, aren't you, and doing their showcases here.
So many dance schools coming in and using this space, because we actually had somebody in last week looking around it and saying, oh, you really thought about the best use of the space to create as many different to create as many different areas as we've got for people. When you've got young people getting changed and all that kind of thing, you know, we don't have a whole bank of dressing rooms, we don't physically have the space for it, but we've got lots of different areas where people can be separate, so it works really well for that.
And we just love it. You know what, the key to doing whatever you want to do is just love it. If you don't love it, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to look, especially when you get the tin can, but you've got to come in every day and love it, even in its former glory. And now it is beautiful to listen to people come in and go, oh, I love this space, and well, yeah, watch this space.
So what exciting projects, shows, community events have you got coming up?
Well, we've got a drama festival coming up for young people, and then later on in the year I'm putting on my domestic abuse play, and then You Kiss Me, which is going to be showcased in October. We've obviously got all the Footlight shows coming up. Sue normally deals with all our bookings. We've got Liverpool Theatre School in this week, Shock Out.
Lots of student showcases and that kind of thing. And like I say, the Chinese Theatre Company are coming back twice, and we have another Chinese company coming in as well. So that's
the Jewish Theatre Company now they've been in.
Jewish Theatre Company are back at the end of the year. We have I'm trying to think what we've got.
Lots
and lots.
Yeah, we've got
the Polish comedian there. They're booked in for the autumn as well, 2 dates.
Yeah, Ken and Ali does his stage compact here. I mean, it's busy. We've got an industry showcase here in the first 2 weeks of April. So yeah, lots of busy stuff.
So you've mentioned the drama festival as one of your sort of plans for the future. What is the dream? So if money wasn't the issue, what would you sort of say, oh God, we'd love to do that?
I'd actually like to do a season, which I did speak to one of the arts boards the other day, actually, because I was just, you know, like, I've got this idea. I'd actually like to do a season of working class plays.
Brilliant.
Of British culture, now and then, just celebrating everybody, new work, established work, a season of working class plays. So that's a big passion for me, that we do that. We've got a murder mystery in here as well.
That's a corporate event, so
yeah. But it just shows how versatile
absolutely
the space is. It can be used around. So you mentioned yours there, maybe best moment was the Jim Cartwright phone call, but have there been like any standout moments, whether it's comedic or like I can't believe this is happening, or just like, oh my goodness, what has been sort of your about doing this in the, because you've been here since 2016, is it?
Well, 2017 really.
Yeah,
we got the keys at the end of 2016
and walked in and then got
and then walked out.
I was going to say almost shut the door and walked out again.
Yeah, so I learned this phrase from some podcasts that I listened to recently, and this is exactly what we went into. So at first, I'm sure the guys at Open Mill and the various independent theatres can really get on board with. At first, you're in informed optimism, uninformed optimism. So you get the keys and go, wow, we're going to do this. It's going to be amazing. Oh my word, it's going to be amazing. And then you go into informed pessimism. You go, but it's going to cost this, it's going to cost that. Then you go into the valley of despair, which is, we've been there.
Yeah.
When we've been here till midnight in the beginning with an electrician, I've got a Facebook trying to fit a light fitting, going, okay, so we've got the front room, that's sorted. Then coming in here and freezing. And we've got the colour gas thing with the big fire shooting out. We've just got signs up saying fire, watch out. And just a big open space. So, and then we was in the valley of despair for a while.
Yeah.
And then actually COVID kind of allowed us to breathe and think.
Yeah, and get things done like the toilets and stuff
get
like
the
that.
Toilets done, obviously it's a big thing, and like, are we ever going to come out of it? But I was like, well, if we do, we've done it. If we don't, the least will have to go, that's it.
Yeah.
But it did kind of give us a chance to sit back and get all the stuff done, like build a balcony outside. And then we came out the other end of informed optimism, and now we're in growth and success.
Woohoo!
Which is where I do feel, which is why we're inviting you in, Cameron, and lovely Manchester theatres, to celebrate what we've done and get the word out to everybody, because we do really do welcome anybody and everybody here.
Yeah, and I think that's a really great word. It's come to the Empty Space to celebrate, because it is a thriving venue. It's gorgeous. The Eats Cafe is just beautiful, and immediately I walked in, I was welcomed by a million different people.
Oh,
so
that's nice.
yeah, it's brilliant. So I think everyone should come along here, whether it's to grab something to eat, to come and watch a show, or to use the space. Get in touch with Joe and Sue at the Empty Space, and they will sort you out for whatever you need. Everybody is welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time today and for inviting us
you.
along. It's been brilliant.
Thank you.